deadliest weapon on the battlefield, the sniper.
Once you've hunted man, nothing else matters.
There is nowhere to hide.
If we are looking at you and you have deemed yourself a bad guy, we're going to be there to kill you.
From Vietnam to the longest kill shot in history.
They thought that there was their lucky day, but it wasn't.
The world's most extreme shots. Executed by men who live the sniper's creed. One shot, one kill.
Being a sniper in combat is a very radical situation. You got to understand what you're doing. You're hunting other human beings.
When you're looking through that scope and you take a target out, the immediate effect it has on those around them. Their whole agenda is now stopped. Now it's my agenda. I own them.
The Hunting Ground, Ramadi, Iraq, 2005.
When we first rolled into Ramadi, the IED rate was approximately 95 to 100 IEDs a week.
Our mission was to just find people in placing IEDs and to take them out.
GIs fighting in Iraq have a motto: be polite, be professional, and have a plan to kill everyone you meet.
If we are looking at you and you have deemed yourself a bad guy, we're going to be there to kill you.
The sniper, First Sergeant James Gilliland. Longest kill shot with a .762 caliber rifle, 7/10 of a mile.
Once the individual takes that step and crosses the line, then he comes into our world. He becomes a target.
Gilliland and Shadow Team, a 10-man Army sniper unit, watch insurgent activity from hides throughout the city. They rack up 276 kills in 6 months.
One of the biggest techniques that we use to find where our next targets were going to be is directly related to deer hunting or turkey hunting. We'd observe an area, just like a lot of hunters do in pre-season. Take mental pictures of what you're seeing, what you can and can't see from what angles. You start learning the players, just like a hunter would learn, what animals are in his hunting area.
You watch everything, and you just kind of remember it in your head. We knew pretty much everyone in the town, and then for some reason, a lot of them would wear masks, which was a big giveaway. I don't know why they would even do that. Yeah, you see a guy in a ski mask in Iraq, that's a bad guy.
Shadow Team sets up its main hide on the rooftop of the OP Hotel, overlooking Route Michigan, the major roadway through Ramadi.
It was the tallest building in the city, so obviously we had 360-degree observation. We were pretty much on the roof in what we called a crow's nest.
Gilliland preaches 2 things to his team: multiple weapon engagements and body shots, AKA center mass holds.
Basically, center mass is just under the breastplate. It would not only give you a larger target surface to hit, but also it could be used as a desensitizing in a way that you're not looking at the individual. Instead of picking out a facial feature to engage, you are picking out a shirt button. In the sniper game, everybody wants to think that the headshot is the way to go. I wanted to get away from that, especially in that environment. There were multiple targets regularly, and if you wasted the time to take 2 well-aimed headshots, you could have taken 5 body shots and then come back and either captured or re-engaged and killed the enemy. We were probably engaging up to 3 or 4 targets a day, sometimes more.
we moved them back further and further, and to a point where they wouldn't do anything within 800 meters of us because they were scared of us. We heard many times Knas was Iraqi for sniper, and we'd hear over the intercoms of the mosques and stuff, blah, 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 Knas, 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 constantly. I think it was always just warning people that we're out there, which helped us because honestly, fear is a big factor.
Over 6 months, Shadow Team clears their sector of IEDs, but the real danger will come from the rooftops.
We were overwatching one of the line companies. They were doing cordon search in the industrial area. It was to the north side of the OP Hotel. A common practice for a lot of units, to get the best observation they can get, they would go to the rooftops of buildings. And when you do that, you skyline yourself. Just like you can see a single tree on a mountain if it sticks up above the mountain. And that's essentially what these guys were doing. They were making targets of themselves. I called down and was like, hey, you need to tell Jason he needs to get down. And, you know, lo and behold, a few minutes would go by and he'd be standing up again with a couple of the other guys. I called back down there and was like, hey, you know, you can tell Jason he needs to get back down. Everybody can see him. If I can see him where I'm at, everybody else can see him. When I saw this going on for the third time, I picked the radio up. Right as I was going to go to key it to tell him, I was like, hey, you need to get those guys down one more time. Right before I pushed the talk button is when I saw him jerk and he fell.
Man down, man down. We're being shot at from the hospital.
We're providing overwatch, and then you hear over the radio, man down. Someone just got shot by an enemy sniper. So we are just glued to the scopes, looking everywhere, trying to find the sniper. So we start looking at the hospital, and Sergeant Gilliland saw the sniper in the window on one of the top floors.
I noticed on the 4th floor there's a single individual standing in a bay window. I could clearly make out a longer barreled Kalashnikov type rifle. We knew that from our building to that hospital was 1,250 meters, or 7/10 of a mile from our observation post. The rifle I had in front of me was a standard issued M24 sniper rifle.
The enemy sniper is 1,367 yards away, the distance of 13.5 football fields, nearly 500 yards beyond the maximum effective range of Gilliland's M24.
The perfect intent was not to make a one-round clean shot. It was to, at that distance, suppress the target. M24 has a Leupold M3 Alpha scope. That's a fixed 10 power with mil dots and a bullet drop compensator. You correlate the number to the amount of hundreds of yards that you're going to shoot. I turned the turret to 10 to shoot for 1,000 yards. Quick calculation, estimated the bullet drop, decided that I needed to hold about 3 mils over the target to compensate for the drop.
At 1,367 yards, each mil dot represents 4 feet. The great distance and severe drop of the bullet due to gravity and drag means Gilliland must aim 12 feet above the target.
And also, in doing that, had to allow for the wind, which will push the round, as well as spin drift. As the round is flying through the air and spinning, the force that is caused by the actual spin will cause it to rotate up and away from the center line of the bore. Much like a top, it would eventually start moving in the direction of the spin. It's the same way for the actual bullet. It's measured and it's pretty constant, so you can use a formula to account for that.
Gilliland aims or holds off 8 feet left of the target to compensate for a light wind and spin drift. This compensation is known as Kentucky windage.
The crosshairs were completely off target. Once I was comfortable with where my sight was, I squeezed the round off. I noticed the target grimace, and then he fell back and didn't see him come back up again. After the guy went down, I turned around and looked at my spotter. I said, "Did you see that?" The report came back that there was a single individual male on the 4th floor balcony with a single gunshot wound to the center of the chest. And the angle was pretty severe. So the bullet actually entered at one part and stopped somewhere inside the individual's body.
There's so many factors to a shot like that. And over a distance like that, it had to fall just perfect. It was a 1 in a million shot.
Gilliland's kill shot at 7/10 of a mile with his M24 sniper rifle rewrites the record books for .7.62 caliber rifles.
In all honesty, I wasn't trying to necessarily engage the individual as much as I was trying to get around close enough to him to get him out of the window. I wanted to stop him from engaging, our guys. But he got what he got.
Vietnam, 1969. A Marine sniper faces hundreds of enemy soldiers, less than 100 yards away.
I've got the reticle right on his forehead, and then it's fast. I can move from one to the next. It was just pow, pow, pow.
16 different battles at 16 different positions, and you can't miss. Or you're dead.
Precision Weapons Section, Quantico, Virginia. The life of the Marine sniper rifle begins here.
This is the M40X sniper rifle, and this is basically the father to the M40A3s, the modern sniper rifles that we use today. Much more difficult to shoot with this weapon system, and that's one of the reasons those guys like Chuck Maloney are such legends. They were given just a basic hunting rifle, and just for unbelievable, it's the devastation that they were able to inflict.
On target. Fire when ready. Say goodnight, fella.
From the time I touched that Remington 700, I was in love with it, and I wanted to be a sniper. I'm gonna hunt something that's gonna hunt me back. Oh, I love that.
The sniper, Chuck Mawhinney. Most confirmed kills in Marine Corps history. Mawhinney's hunting ground, the Arizona Territory, South Vietnam. Nicknamed for its Wild West-style firefights. The environment is target-rich.
It was a really hot area. I mean, there was a lot of things going on. It was easy to hide. It was easy to move through. As far as a sniper, you couldn't have found a better area.
Mawhinney's primary weapon, the M40 sniper rifle. Deadly up to 1,094 yards, the distance of 11 football fields.
You hit somebody out there at that distance, they're not sure where anything's coming from. It got towards the end, we didn't see a lot of people standing around out in the open anymore at them long distances.
Valentine's Day, 1969. Mawhinney is on a collision course with hundreds of North Vietnamese soldiers.
And there was a monsoon coming in. We had a large NVA force reported by aircraft moving towards our position. And they said, I can't get air support for you because of the monsoon. I talked with our CO about what was going on, and I said, I would like to take the M14, the Starlight, my partner, and go down and watch that river this evening and see if they try to cross it. We loaded up our gear and headed down.
Most sniper engagements are single targets at 300 to 1,000 yards. Mawhinney faces the possibility of multiple targets within 100 yards of his position.